Hello boys and girls, Chav is here. Episode 56 of Skibidi Toilet was just released and we have a ton of things to talk about after almost 10 episodes. The infected Titan speaker man is finally back with upgrades and much more. I'll cover all the secrets and Easter eggs in episode 56 that you might have missed or didn't notice. We'll talk about the comeback of the Titan speaker men, what the TV men said, and what that means for the cameraman, and how they are going to deal with the Titan speaker men. Anyways, watch the video until the end so that you don't miss any interesting secrets. Also make sure to like and subscribe. Here we go. The new episode starts with the brown-coated cameraman who was simping for TV woman in episode 54, beating a skibidi toilet, and since this episode is happening almost right after episode 55, I'm gonna assume that the brown-coated cameraman from episode 55 wasn't the same one, since we can clearly see that this brown-coated cameraman has the yellow and purple tie. Maybe he is this mad because he wasn't able to hug the TV woman. Who knows? After this scene, we get a really questionable scene. I think the cameraman on the left, covering his cameraman, explains everything. This cameraman really needs to bust one out soon. But anyways, right after this we get to see the TV man fight as well. It looks like even though his TV beams are working, they are not as effective as before, and we finally get to see the TV men use their melee skills for the first time, with him pulling out a secret blade from his wrist and killing two skibidi toilets back to back. This also reveals us that his head is kind of like the TV woman's head, which had claws and could technically turn 360 degrees, and the only difference being that the TV men head doesn't have any jet packs that'll allow them to fly their heads. My guess is that TV men use their heads to change their bodies if they get damaged, and their heads are their only weakness. This was also slightly confirmed in episode 47 because the Titan TV man didn't care about any damage happening to his body, but his TV monitor was easily damaged, broken. After this, the POV cameraman gets a notification on his iPad alarming that the electromagnetic parasite disabler tank was destroyed, and the mood changes instantly. The TV man comes in looking at us directly, very disappointed, and he says, "You had one job." If you reverse the video, I don't want you. After this, TV man instantly teleports somewhere else. What is he gonna do? Is he going to keep on helping the cameraman, or will the TV race change their side since the alliance keeps on failing to cure the infected speaker man? Maybe the TV man will take the matters into his own hands. This seems plausible because of the way he said you had one job and just left. They might gather all the TV man and use the parasite disabler technology themselves to cure the infected speaker man, or maybe straight up kill the infected speaker man before everything goes out of hand. I don't think that we'll know what the TV men are planning for the next couple of episodes, but we'll most likely get a good explanation after 2 or 3 more episodes. After the TV man leaves is when the episode actually starts, and we hear a big explosion and see a burning cameraman trying to escape. Right after another explosion, we get to see the infected Titan speaker man after all that time, and he is not only back, but he is back with a ton of upgrades from the looks of it. Before we talk about what happens later in the video, let's talk about the new upgrades he got. We can clearly see that he changed his speakers on his jet packs, because they used to have white accents on the speakers and now they are red, and this upgrade most likely strengthened them to a whole other level. They now also have armor-like properties that looks like an exoskeleton that goes all over his back, including his new weapons, which now he has 2 instead of 1, but we'll talk about the weapons in a moment. We can also see that now he has a waistband-like armor that connects his jet pack to his body even more. The reason this upgrade is done is mostly because how easy it was to get rid of Cinema Man's upgrades in episode 47 with chainsaws. An extra layer of protection is always good to have. We didn't see him use his core, but I would guess that his core was modified as well, because they know that the Titan cameraman upgraded that as well. Hopefully speaker man is powerful enough to fight against the Titan cameraman now, and we can get to see an epic fight at the end of the next season between the Titan cameraman and Speaker Man. But before we get to that, let's talk about the new weapons the infected Titan Speaker Man has and if they are powerful enough to compete with the other two Titans. Now let's talk about the new horrifying weapons the Titan Speaker Man has. The second he arrives on the scene, he starts charging his two blasters. At least it looks like they are being charged up. This gives me the impression that the firepower of these two web weapons is dependent on the charge, and it can change like anything that can charge, and it looks like it also has a safety mechanism. The three claws on the gun looks like if they are retracted the gun is not working and he needs to pull them out if he wants to use the weapon, or maybe it enables the charge up mode and without the claws pulled out it can only shoot small beams and it's used for quick fire. We can't really know this until we see it in use, but it looks like these weapons might be more powerful compared to Titan Cameraman's old blaster, which got destroyed in episode 55, which might have caused these two Titans to be on the same ground. After we see the Titan Speaker Man shoots his new blaster, we see the horrified cameraman trying to run away from the Titan Speaker Men trying to save themselves. There is one cameraman who seems smarter than the rest in this scene, and that's because this one cameraman, instead of running towards the open field, he finds an opening on the right and goes in there instead of going with the group, and after the cameraman behind this cameraman sees him running away somewhere else, this other cameraman starts running faster to the left side, going away from the open field with the large cameraman. It doesn't end well for us as the POV cameraman and the other two cameramen ahead of us, because the Titan Speaker Man comes in flying and starts using his new speakers on us, literally killing us with sounds. My guess is that these newly upgraded speakers can most likely affect the Titan Cameraman as well, and I really do think that we'll get to see a battle between the two Titans in the next season. It'll most likely be like season 15, which included episodes 45 to 47 and was a 3-episode fight between the Titan Speaker Man and Cinema Man. I would love to get another season similar to that one, which shows the real power of the Titans going at each other without holding back. They are already very close to each other in the same city, and another thing is the Titan Cameraman is a lot more melee oriented with his hammer and strength, since now his hand blaster was destroyed, and the Titan Speaker Man is not that strong, but he is faster and more agile compared to Titan Cameraman, and now has two insanely powerful weapons. It seems like the battle between them will be pretty balanced unless third parties interrupt and cause a scene just like in episode 47 with the TV man being pissed. It's very possible that we might get to see Cinema Man come back as well, and maybe even see a 2 versus 2 between G-Man, Titan Speaker Man against the Titan Cameraman and Cinema Man. If this battle were to happen, it would be crazy to watch. What do you think is going to happen in the coming episodes if TV men help with the Titan Speaker Man stuff? I really don't see a future where he doesn't get cured or maybe even survive, since he might even get killed. What do you think of the new Titan Speaker Man? Do you think he is stronger than the upgraded Titan Cameraman, or are they on similar power levels? And when do you think Cinema Man will come back, because it seems like his return might be the deciding factor in the upcoming battle, and could decide who wins the battle. I also have one more thing to add. As you remember, in episode 55 the Titan Cameraman seemed very pissed off and already was going crazy against the skibidi toilets, and at the end of that episode he was even more pissed because of the tank being destroyed. Him being so mad might come as an advantage to him, and if he can use it well, he should have the upper hand while going against the Titan Speaker Man. But the thing is, we might not have seen the full power and upgrades of the infected Titan Speaker Man. If you caught any secrets that I didn't mention, let me know in the comments, and I would really appreciate it if you liked the video and subscribed.